What is going on, guys? It's Boss Hunt here. Today I wanna make something special for you guys. And today, you guys know on the channel I do every type of 5 days of Boss Hand story times. Times, yes, based on like what a special day it is, like the month of like the special month or whatever, like December, Christmas. Yeah. What I was supposed to say was that I basically do these types of videos, the 5 days of Boss Hands videos, on every holiday, and it's a summertime. So today I'm gonna tell you guys 5 stories that are my favorite during the summer, or just basically my favorite story times overall in general. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Enjoy. So this first story of this completion, I guess, we already know who the popular girl is in school. They always have like the Starbucks. I don't know why. I don't know how these popular girls just get Starbucks every single morning. I'm just like I'm tired of seeing it. All right. It's Starbucks is a cool place, get tea. I like their chai tea lattes, but how in the world are you able to manage to get iced tea lattes when you're tired every single day? You have to wake up at 7 o'clock and you're still tired because even though you go to bed at like 10 a.m., till 10 p.m., you still are tired, even though when you wake up at 7 a.m., it's like, why do I feel this tired? I'm trying. I need to go to school. I've gotten more than 8 hours of sleep. How am I still tired? So I don't know how these girls are able to get Starbucks, but it's just honestly very confusing. However, the Starbucks cup is not just the tip of the iceberg of what the popular girls are so annoying about. The thing is that in my school, the popular girls are most annoying for, saying some bullcrap statements. Like, for example, like if we were in a class and we were starting class, the teacher will be like, "Alrighty, guys, students, it's time to put away the phones, or it's time to learn." And then the one of the girls would be like, "Hey, what's a phone?" And then the other girl would be like, "Yeah, I don't even know what a phone is." It's like, are you really that dumb? Do you even not know what a phone is? It's like, obviously you know what a phone is, but you have the audacity to just say what is a phone, and what everyone knows is the most annoyingest thing, because we all know that phones have been around since the 90s. However, phones weren't that cool because they were like cell phones. You can only talk, you can't like text other people. Maybe, actually, no, crap that, no, you can only talk and speak to other people, but you can't like text to other people. No, you're only able to talk. But yeah, we already know that phones existed for like a lot of years now, so saying that statement, it's just, it just messes up our brains. I don't know how to say anything else about these kids. But yeah, so the next kids that I think are more annoying is that there's this one furry kid in our school, and surprisingly there's no furries or emo kids that much in our schools, because, well, our school is apparently full of nice kids, which I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that, the fact that everyone here is a nice person. However, how much people are very annoying. There's a little bit of annoying people in our school. However, thankfully it's not a lot. However, that doesn't mean I'll have that much content to share. What I'm trying to say is that I won't be able to have that much content because there's not that much people that are very annoying. However, there's this furry kid in our school that constantly talks about the fact that they hate their lives. Let me tell you something about this. Alright, I love my life. Alright, I like living in life. However, I have already discovered that around the world is a bunch of me people on the internet, and you don't want to get into drama because there's a lot of people now these days that literally like to get people in trouble for at least no reason at all, because people don't know that much common sense on the internet. I swear, all right. Twitter needs to absolutely be uninstalled. It needs to be banned in America. All right. I think like everyone should at least don't use Twitter that much. However, for this emo kid, I'm sorry. For this furry kid, this furry kid, I guess, has like been going through a lot of hard times. But he would always talk about how his life sucks and how everything sucks. All right, because like I'm sitting in class and we're all doing notes lessons in my science class, and this, oh my god, why am I keep seeing emo kid? I mean, he kind of acts like an emo kid, but it's a furry kid. This furry kid, I swear, acts emo, but also is a furry. However, I know this guy is a furry because he would also talk about liking to wear fur suits and watch furry animations. But usually he would just talk about how life is so boring and it's so pointless. But that's off topic. I mean, that is on topic, but we're trying to get to the point of what this guy is so ridiculous about. We're taking notes. The teacher is telling us what the notes were supposed to be. I mean, the teacher is just telling facts about stuff, and we're taking notes of what to fill in the blanks and stuff. And this furry kid. Oh my god, I'm probably just gonna say emo kid for the rest of this story, whatever. This furry kid starts ranting about how learning is useless and there's no way we're going to be able to learn science this way. Or should I say, actually, no, he didn't say that, but he was just ranting of how, like, learning is just boring, just a waste of time, of how going to school is just pointless, because how are you supposed to learn? It's like, what do you mean, how are you supposed to learn? You are literally copying off you're literally taking notes on the class and then studying the material so then you can get good grades on quiz and tests. It's that simple, alright? Because I've been to school plenty of times and I've learned from my mistakes and I was able to recover my grades just quickly. However, I understand that school can suck a lot, but you gotta understand that sometimes you need to actually do the work and not just always leave the work behind, because I understand the struggles, but you just need to do the work, all right? So you can graduate high school and maybe get a job. However, this argument ends up turning where it's a teacher and the furry kid just arguing about how like learning is important, or like how the emo kid is saying of how learning is useless. It's just going back and forth, and it ends up to where the furry kid gets so mad, he jumps from his desk and crawls and he runs on all fours at the teacher and starts trying to bite him. However, not because my teacher, fortunately my science teacher was also a PE coach, where from what he told me like later on a conversation that wasn't relevant to here, but he would do a mile he would do 3 miles per week, because he's obviously, like I said, he's a coach. He trains his students to become really good football players, soccer players. No, it's football players, but I think there's a lot of sports you can play at my school. I don't know. I can't remember which of the sports you're able to play, but our main sports team was football, and my science teacher trains a football team. But anyways, like I said, because my science teacher was very athletic, he was able to dodge and be prevented from being bite on the leg. However, what this furry kid didn't realize is that in his brain, he didn't thought that the teacher wouldn't move and be able to not get bitten, because the next thing I see the furry kid turn from a growl face into a "oh no, I messed up" face, and slams against the whiteboard. Well, not the whiteboard, but like the wall behind the whiteboard. We didn't have a whiteboard. I mean, we did, but there was like this screen, the screen you could pull up from like the ceiling, where they have like these screen filter thingies. You know what I'm talking about. But he slams against the wall, and he was the furry kid was all right, but he had to go to the nurse because, well, he obviously did it himself. But he ended up getting a 3-day suspension for trying to attack the teacher. But yeah, those were some times where there were some of the most annoyingest kids I've ever seen in my life. So for those who don't know, I discovered Yu-Gi-Oh about like for a month, well yeah, a month ago. I wasn't really interested in Yu-Gi-Oh. I was just only interested in buying Pokemon cards until I discovered Yu-Gi-Oh. So every now and then I would go buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and usually I would buy like the packs, but it seems that I can't find any packs, so I just find like the god dang, yeah, the structured decks instead of like finding packs, because apparently at my Target they don't sell those packs anymore because it was the 25th anniversary. Anywho, my parents dropped me off at Target while they went to get the Target over for, to get groceries and stuff. And I went over to get some Yu-Gi-Oh cards because, not every single week, but like every other week I would go get yeah, sometimes Pokemon cards, but now these days mostly Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I don't know. I just thought they were cool to collect, but I kind of felt interested in playing the game, but sadly I couldn't find anyone to play the Yu-Gi-Oh card game with. But anyways, anywho, I went over to the Yu-Gi-Oh section and I get these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the Yu-Gi-Oh deck structure because well, there's no packs there. So I go over and I went over to the cash register. And before I can pay my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I feel a tap on my hand, and I look over while the cashier is trying to talk to me, and then the cashier notices the kid that's like that's right next to me saying, "Hey, do you mind if you can give me some cards?" And I tell him, "Well, for one, I can't. I would only able to get you one Pokemon card pack. I mean, like, well, what cards do you want?" And he says, "Pokemon." It says, "Well, I'm sorry, but I can't give you. I mean, I can't buy you a Pokemon card pack because, well, I don't have to give you anything. I'm just here to spend my own money on my own things. So I'm sorry. Maybe next time, but like." I'm not gonna do that. But instead of realizing of, hey, maybe this kid I mean, yeah, maybe this guy doesn't want to let me get him Pokemon card packs. Maybe I can just go back and go on with my day. But no, instead he asked me again to get some to get him Pokemon cards. Instead of this time he wanted me to get the newest edition of the Elite Trainer box. And I told him, "Are you kidding me right now? I only have $20 in my wallet. I'm sorry that the fact that I don't get paid that much to just buy instant amount of large packs. But you know what? It's not my problem that I can't buy you stuff. All right, I'm just a normal person trying to go through their day, try to enjoy something. But no, now I'm not gonna give you Pokemon cards because of what that you're trying to get something even more bigger." And then the kids kind of gets a little bit red, and then he walks away. So then me, thinking of, hey, maybe this guy, this was a kid who wanted to ask me to get some Pokemons, but he walks off. So now I'm thinking, hey, maybe this situation over. So I get my Yu-Gi-Oh, and as I go out through the door because I already paid, I hear someone say, "Ahem, excuse me, young man," and I turn over, and ladies and gentlemen, I meet with a Karen, the son of a Karen. You know who's sitting to the Karen? The kid who asked me to get him Pokemons, and the Karen tells me, "Excuse me, my son asked very nicely for you to get him Pokemon cards. Now you better get him Pokemon cards." And I told the lady, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't have enough money, and plus, I don't even have to give your kid Pokemon cards, and plus, I'm not part of your family. I am just some random teenager trying to go through his day just to enjoy himself by opening a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, alright?" And the Karen starts to turn red, and she says, "Excuse me, young man, I know you just not said that. That's not how you treat someone with respect." And I go and look at her and I say, "Man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to get your son Pokemon cards. I am not like I don't have any money. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have to listen to you. I'm not part of your family. Like what am I supposed to do?" So I turn and to go out to the door, but then all of a sudden I feel grabbed by my hand, and see her. You are going to get my son Pokemon cards, young man. Do you understand me?" And I tell her, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give your son Pokemon cards. I already said this for the last time. No. And she says, well, if you don't, then I'm going to be calling your parents. I'll be finding a way to track you down and call your parents to tell you how you've been disrespecting us. Disrespecting us? I wasn't disrespecting you guys. I was telling you guys that I don't have to give you your son Pokemon cards. And I'm definitely not going to give you Pokemon cards now. And either way, I would never give you guys Pokemon cards. Because, like, literally, I don't have that much money. I don't have the money of a billionaire, alright? I'm just some random teenager that's broke and wants to just wants to have a nice day and getting to open Yu-Gi-Oh cards and basically study them for hours upon hours, just enjoying himself. All right, he doesn't want to spend time arguing over a Karen of how her son is a good boy and deserves everything in the world. I'm sorry. And so I tell her that, ma'am, I'm not going to say this again. I am not buying your son Pokemon cards. And I basically slapped her hand and she let go. And then she just said, oh my god, did you just touch me? And I tell her, ma'am, listen, I didn't touch you. You started this first by grabbing my hand and, just started threatening me all this stuff. And then she proceeds to start screaming because I broke her ego and started saying, this man is attacking me, which I'm a teenager, alright? Yes, I kind of look like an average JoJo character that looks like an average adult, but listen here, I'm just a teenager that's almost graduating high school. I mean, not almost graduating, but I'm still in high school, alright? I'm just trying to enjoy my day. And that's when I hear the sound of an employee come over here, and then she says, ma'am, is everything all right? Like, what's happening over here? And then she starts explaining of how, I'm mistreating them and how he's being really unfair. And then after that, the employee says, to me, hey, what happened? Yeah, she told her part, but I want to hear from you. And then I tell her, she is saying that I have to pay for her son Pokemon cards, something on the lines of like what just happened. I explain everything to her, and the employee says, "Ma'am, doesn't have to pay your son Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Not Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards." So there should be no reason of why you should like attack him. And because of that, we're gonna have to officially kick you out, Karen. And then the Karen says, "Oh, what? You're kicking me out right now?" And then the employee says, yeah. Well, first I'm gonna have to call I'm gonna have to call my manager, but we're gonna have to kick you out, Karen." And the Karen starts screaming, "What are you talking about? You can't kick me out. He was being unfair first." And at this point, I was just tired, and I didn't want to be in this situation anymore. So I dipped. I didn't want to be in part of this. I mean, I could, but my parents was still taking Target order. So I decided that, hey, maybe this is my chance to escape. So I leave Target and I go back to my parents' car, and my parents tell me, "Hey, what took you so long?" And then I tell them, "Oh, I have a crazy story to tell you." But yeah, that was the time where today what just happened is that I got jumped by a Karen trying to get me to buy her some Pokemon cards. But I was able to get through the situation. But yeah. Yeah. So basically, during middle school, I had this field trip that my science teacher was planning for us to go on, and it was kind of cool. I mean, not that much that we don't go on field trips anymore. We don't really go on field trips anymore, considering we're in middle school. But the science teacher, liked our class so much, that she wanted to take us on a very special field trip before spring break. So she gave us, these permission slips, and obviously I signed it. Some of my friends I made during science class, they were very cool. So, we wanted to, go on the field trip together, so we both signed the paper. So anyways, the next day pulls around, and we're basically getting on the bus to go to the field trip. And this field trip was basically to a park about construction and, all about, all engineering whatever because this was an engineering class, but my science teacher teach engineering and um, science at the same time, which engineering was our free other period that we can choose from. Like it's like the extra period, but um, so we went on this trip. The bus was fun. But like me being like, putting on music. I told the bus driver. Yo, could I turn on some music like with my speaker? And then my science teacher's like, actually, how about we just stand here in silence? I'm like, man, you have to ruin the fun. All right, I guess this is how it's gonna go, huh? You don't want to rule. You don't want to have some fun, turn on some music. But I mean, like, I can understand why some people might not want to hear some music on the bus. You're basically just trying to watch a video, maybe like some Dan TDM or maybe a Pokemon guy opening Pokemon cards or Moist Critical whatever, and then all of a sudden you just hear music blasting. It's like annoying, but whatever. Fast forward, we get to the place, and this place there's like fun activities. There's a scavenger hunt that our science teacher, I mean our engineering teacher. I'll just call my engineering teacher the science teacher because she does both jobs. But the science teacher signed us a scavenger hunt, and at the end we can choose like two prizes, and which were at these tables. So fast forward, because the scavenger hunt's boring. Aside from me obsessing over keychains, the locks and stuff. At another station, I have like freaking like four keychain locks, a gold one and a black one. I was just using my imagination, but like, alrighty, so I have this black keychain that can unlock all the normal chests, while the gold keychain that can unlock the treasure chest or whatever. I was just using my imagination as the most creative person on the planet, me, Boss Hand, but whatever. So we get our prizes, and because me and my other friends as a group, we decided to get like the construction vase things, not the vase, but like like the shirts or whatever, the construction worker vests that you wear when you're construction, like the things whatever. But we all chose to wear those because we wanted to be the construction group whatever. So we wear them on, and everyone now already knows us that we're the construction guys, because we literally just yelled that out loud. But we kind of get a little bit hungry, so we went to get some food, and we have all of us had about like $50 to spend, and including me, which was $70. So we wanted to eat somewhere. On my TV's playing music in the background. I don't know if you guys heard that, but whatever. So anyways, we went to get some food, and there's this food truck trailer, and we were like, oh, yes, now we can get some actual food. I mean, yes, there's vending machines, but I mean, we're very hungry. So we went to this food truck, and we see this lady that's kind of yelling out loud. And we can start to hear that because I mean we're kind of a little bit far from the food truck, so we started getting closer, and then we can realize something. All right, we realize that that this person that's yelling at the employee, this person is a Karen. Now, also, I don't know this person's name, but we're just gonna call this person the Karen, because Karens just like to yell at employees saying, I want to see the manager. This is not an illegal place to sell food or whatever. It's not an example, but this Karen's yelling at the employee of why are you guys running out like this type of food or whatever. And we're like, oh great. We're just so hungry, but now this Karen has to ruin all this stuff. But of course there's no manager. It's a food truck. Who the heck has a food manager in the truck unless it's a driver or whatever? But like somehow there's a manager, and then the Karen's like, "Let me see your manager" or whatever. So then the manager pulls up, is like, "Oh, hello there. What's the problem?" And then like I can hear her say, while we're waiting to to get the food. And she says, this menu doesn't have, you guys are telling us that this food item does not exist. I mean, not exist, but it's not available. And the manager says back, yeah, everyone likes this type of food, but unfortunately it's not here. And I see the Karen's face just turn red, you know, just wanting to get this food, but trying to come up with something to try to threat them to make the food. But honestly, you can't make that type of food if you ran out all the ingredients. So later on, the Karen kind of gets a little bit more loud, but the person had to call the police concerning of how the Karen was just too crazy. And at one point, the Karen was so mad that she tried to attack the employee and just banged on the glass a window. And then she literally on quotes, alright, says, "Let me get in there, I'll make it myself." And I'm just standing here with my friends and we're like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can cook yourself, but like, my sorry, my notification, but I mean, I guess you can cook, yeah, but this is not your property, ma'am. This is someone else's property. But eventually, the cops come and they just arrest the Karen. And well, we get our food, and well, we get back to the site and enjoy our meals. Which for the rest of the day, we had the best school field trip ever. We got experience from a Karen that kind of went crazy, and yeah, that's it. So the whole entire thing started when we're first of all we're gonna call the guy who sent, well, my online friend who sent me this story. We're just gonna call him Dave, I guess. I just come up with random names, not for like any purpose, whatever. Like, yeah, for the story, but like memes or whatever, some sort of like movie or whatever. But we're just gonna call this guy Dave. And basically, Dave's mom got a text from the cousin mom, that she wanted to know if we can have, like, if I, like, no, not I, but Dave can have a sleepover. And Dave's mom was like, oh, sure. And the thing is that Dave and his cousin, they live about like 1 hour away from each other, which the thing is that there's between Dave and his cousin, there's a huge mountain that separates them both. So they have to go around the mountain, which that's the reason why it takes an hour to get to his house. Though the cousin, we're gonna call, I guess, the Terraria kid. The Terraria kid doesn't live very close to the mountain, but he kind of like, he just lives close on the up. He just lives like on the other side of the mountain. But so when Dave basically heard the news, Dave was very excited because Dave and his cousin, they were on very good terms. But Dave wasn't expecting to experience something that's about to happen during his sleepover, which I would expect, my cousin to like freak out, think it's gonna be the end of the world because they are just like, they just can't like stand still in the game. They can't like, you know, but like basically, he's very excited to go to his cousin's house, and he packs up his stuff and he gets ready to leave. So later, he gets to his cousin's house, and what I would say is that his cousin is kind of in a rich neighborhood, but I mean, like, they're kind of a little bit rich, so the house kind of looks a little bit nicer. And the thing is that this his cousin was very obsessed with Terraria, that his whole room was just Terraria themed. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a little bit of like Pokemon and stuff, but mostly it's just Terraria. Even his bed and his desk is Terraria themed. Terraria bed and Terraria table. Not like the actual like Terraria table where it's like just a wooden table, but like Terraria stickers and whatnot. But he once like they get well once they meet to the front door, the cousin's mom was like, all the stuff talk stuff. Oh, Dave, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad we're able to work this stuff out. And, but later, once, Dave and the Terraria kid met up, they went up to play video games like Terraria. Um, Dave did play Terraria, but not that much. I mean, like, he was glad he was able to play it once again. He was thinking about uninstalling it, but then he kind of went back to his childhood like I did. I mean, I'm now starting to play Terraria more. Maybe I'll use Terraria as more of my gameplay, but, so basically, Dave and the Terraria kid started playing Terraria, I mean, a lot, and everything seemed good, They chatted a lot while playing the game. They're starting to get more materials, but I mean, of course, they're just starting Terraria, so they're not gonna have the epic loot. But I mean, they were able to build a decent house in like 4 hours and make new tools and armor and all that stuff until at some point, I mean, or should I say, after after dinner, all right, when it was time to go to bed, but not exactly before to go to bed, you know, because after dinner, it was obviously 7 p.m. All right, so it was not exactly a um bedtime, but since it was during the summer, no, this was during winter break, so it was about like 2 months ago. All right, I mean, it would be 2 months ago, obviously, if it was February. I mean, it's almost been 2 months ago, but this was it. I mean, since right now it's January, this was like a month ago. All right, but basically, these two guys, Dave and the Dreary Kid, they're all up at night. I mean, for the rest of the 3 hours before they go to bed. I mean, they stayed up until like 11 p.m. I don't know, maybe like 12, but Dave said that um they stayed up pretty much until 11, or should I say he said Dave said that why they stayed up until 11. All right, but basically during they played Terraria some more. They started getting more loot until a problem came, all right? Because the night became harder and harder because as you play the game, like you start finding more harder creatures, and well, the blood moon came. And if you don't know what the blood moon is, it's basically an event where the moon turns red and there's harder mobs to fight. All right, so this comes around, and well, Dave is doing pretty good. On the other hand, the Terraria kid seems a little bit not really good at defending himself. He's constantly dying. He's trying to fight the monsters, but he ends up like dying a bunch of times. And I don't mean in real life, like in the game. He's getting eliminated so much in the game that he can't. He's not becoming as good as he is of what Dave thought. However, every time he died in the game, not Dave, but the Terraria kid, every time he died in the game, all right, he started to get angrier and angrier and angrier to the point where as soon as the blood moon started to be over, Dave was trying to clear up the village, trying to destroy the last of the monsters. But the very last monster, the Terraria kid was so close to defeating it, but somehow still died. Alright, and when that happened, Dave looked at the Terraria kid and was like, "Hey, is everything all right?" You kind of seem a little bit mad. I mean, like, you've been dying so many times. What's going on? And as soon as he said that, the Terraria kid, Larry throws his controller, says, "I can't take it anymore," and Larry just unplugs his console. Okay, first I said laptop. Wait, yeah, laptop. No, they're actually playing on console, not on computer. Sorry, but yeah, he took out the console and just threw it out of the window, and just like that, they heard a loud bang of the console, and pretty much it was dead. They couldn't play anymore. And he said, "Screw this game. I don't want to play this game anymore." However, all right, when the Terraria kid, all right, said what he said, all right, it was so loud enough that the whole entire house was able to hear it. So his mom obviously was awake and heard what her son, and the mom went upstairs and was like, "Terraria kid, is there something wrong? I heard a loud bang outside." And that's when the Terraria kid realized he done something bad. He destroyed his console over getting mad at pixels on a screen. Alright? He got mad when his character got eliminated by a mob. He got mad at a video game, alright? And when his mom came into his room, he realized that the Terraria Kid's console was gone. And she's like, "Hey, Terraria Kid," or should I say, "Hey, son, where's the console? I mean, I heard a loud bang. Did you throw it over the window?" And the Terraria Kid obviously blocked the window and says, "Oh, I didn't throw it over here." However, the mom was kind of getting, the hints of he did because the window's open. The window wouldn't be open if he didn't throw the console, right? So the mom was like, "Are you sure, Terraria Kid? Because why is the window open?" And that's when Dave looked in the Terraria Kid's eyes and was like, "Bro, you seriously messed up, okay? You didn't close a window in time. How are you gonna pay for a new console?" And the thing is that, all right, Dave's cousin's mom, all right, the Terraria Kid's mom bought him an Xbox Series X one. Yeah, the Xbox console, right? And well, because of that, the spoiled kid. Oh my god, not the spoiled kid, the Terraria kid. All right, Terraria kid couldn't knew that he wasn't able to is not going to be able to get another console because he broke the console that he didn't buy himself. All right. So when the mother pushed the Terraria kid out of the way and looked down, you can already see in the eyes that she was shocked. So she turned to the Terraria kid and started yelling. All right. Oh, sorry about. I don't know if you were able to hear that, but I was about to open up Halo Infinite. All right. But considering I'm using Halo Infinite in the background gameplay, but that's when Dave told me, in the story that Terraria Kid's mom wasn't pretty happy, right? So then, she yelled at him, and well, after all the yelling, all right, Terraria Kid's mother pulled her son out of the room to have very stern talking, and about like 2 minutes, all right, 2 minutes after the stern talking, Dave saw a very sad face on the Terraria Kid, alright? And Dave was like, "Yo, so what was that talking?" And I mean, like, obviously I said, the Terraria Kid told Dave, alright, the guy who sent me this story from online, is that it was grounded. The Terraria Kid was grounded for 2 months for getting mad at pixels on a screen and breaking his console. And this all could have been prevented if the Terraria Kid lost his cool. But of course, he is so addictive that he can easily get mad over the game. I'm learned to saying pixels on the screen so many times. I mean, technically, we're looking at pixels on a screen when we look at a device. All right, pixels. But after that situation just kind of got a little bit awkward. They didn't want to talk to each other. I mean, after that, but I'm like, after this whole entire thing, they started to talk a little bit more. Um, the weird thing is that after this whole entire thing happened, the Terraria Kid got a little bit less and less, mad about the game, and just sort of enjoyed it more for some reason. I don't know how, but I guess like after situations you learn your lesson. I mean, that's supposed to happen, all right? That's supposed to happen. I mean, yes, this Terraria Kid learned his lesson. I mean, that's how Minecraft kids should learn the lessons, considering most Minecraft kids don't really learn the lesson. But yeah, that's mostly the story. So this all takes place during the summertime. Well, no, actually before my summer vacation started. But my parents wanted to go somewhere afterwards after this beach party. Well, not beach party. Oh my god, I can't say it correctly. But I was invited to a pool party, and after that, while me and my mom were driving to back to my house, my mom asked, "Hey, tonight I'm gonna invite this babysitter to babysit you guys, because me and Dad, well, you guys know what I mean. We're gonna go off and go see a movie, and I thought that, hey, that maybe this babysitter's gonna be cool, because babysitters, in my opinion, were probably one of the greatest days they can ever have, because you're hanging out with someone that you think is gonna be someone cool and watch you guys instead of your parents. So my parents dropped me off with my sister as well, and then she says, hey, in an hour the babysitter's gonna get here. So an hour goes by and the babysitter arrives. She knocks on the door, and then I open the door and I say hello there, and then she says hello back. Now usually when people tell babysitter stories, they would say that they're really crazy at first. Well, not at first, but you know what I mean. They're really crazy at the start, and then like things just get worse. However, for my babysitter, she was completely the opposite, because instead of her being crazy from the start, she would be absolutely chill, and then to what I discovered, that she would be an absolute menace. So an hour goes by, and this lady is absolutely fun to play with, because we're playing tic-tac-toe, and then after that we decided to play a game of Jenga. And Jenga is one of my favorite games as a kid. And after Jenga, I was like, hey, can we go eat something? And then she says, oh, sure, what would you like? And I said, graham crackers, right? And she says, oh, how about you eat banana? Like some vegetable, like carrots or something. Really? You want me to eat vegetables? Little kid me does not want to eat carrots, okay? I don't like eating vegetables as a kid. However, now I do. I kind of want some vegetables, as right now, because I'm trying to be healthy. But little kid me doesn't want to eat vegetables. Little kid me wants to eat goldfish and play video games on my Xbox 360. And I just said, no, thank you. How about I get some graham crackers? And she says, no, you're going to eat vegetables or else. And I tell, well, what do you mean, what else? And she says, well, then I'm going to tell your parents that you're not acting how you're supposed to act, like a nice person. And I tell her, well, that doesn't make sense. I don't like carrots. You can't just force me to eat stuff. And then she says, well, I'm the babysitter. I can do whatever I want. However, unfortunately for me, when I was a little kid, I was a person that would easily get scared. So immediately after that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll eat the vegetables. So I'm just sitting here eating these carrots while I'm complaining the whole entire time of how I don't want to eat vegetables, and I want to eat some graham crackers while I'm just sitting here hearing this babysitter give me a lecture of how I should be healthy and all that stuff. And that's fine. I want to be healthy, yes, but little kid me does not want to eat vegetables. Little kid me wants to eat goldfish and other things like pizza and stuff. However, in my little kid brain, I thought that, hey, maybe, even though I don't like eating vegetables, maybe this babysitter is just secretly a nice person. Well, I guess that I was on the wrong foot there, because apparently I was wrong the whole entire time about this person being a nice person. I thought this person was really nice, because at first she was cool. We were having some fun. She acted really nice, but now I guess she's revealing her villain arc. So after eating all these carrots, I go to my room to play video games, and then I hear the babysitter saying, where do you think you're going, sir? And I tell her, oh, I'm going to go play on the Xbox 360. And she says, oh, no, you're not going to play on the Xbox. Video games are bad for you. How about you read this novel? And she pulls out a book. And I thought it was, hey, maybe some Captain Underpants, maybe some Diary of a Wimpy Kid. No. It's this novel book that I don't even know how to read that well. I think it was like a level like 100 book of what I can remember. It was like too I just couldn't understand it because well, little kid me doesn't know how to read the Lord of the Flies book, which is a really difficult level of reading. However, little kid me can only understand books that are level Captain Underpants and other types of easy books. I would probably prefer The Hatch and then reading The Lord of the Flies. But yet again, I was pressured into watching this movie. And well, I thought, hey, whatever. I don't want to get I don't want my parents to get me in trouble because I wasn't behaving correctly, even though I was. She decides that she's gonna put on this movie, and what type of movie it is? She decides to put on a horror movie, a scary movie that little kids can't watch because horror movies are films that kids would easily get scared. And guess what? She forced me to watch a movie, a scary movie, and you know what it was? It was the Conjuring movie. And still till this day, I would still get freaked out on the Conjuring movie because I've seen it before. And I swear, it's the most scariest thing I saw. And after that, I was so scared that I did not want to do anything else. But then after the Conjuring, she says, "Well, what else do you want to do?" And I told her that, "Hey, I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't want to do anything because you literally scared me." And she says, "Oh, come on, it's not that scary, bruh. You're telling me The Conjuring is not that scary? It is one of the most scariest movies in my opinion, and you cannot make me wrong." And she starts getting angry. She starts getting angry because I was scared from watching a horror film that I don't think little kids are supposed to watch because yet again I said they will get easily scared. In which I was pretty much scared at this point because well, it's a horror film. How could you not be scared? However, I decided that hey, well, how about instead I can just go to sleep and call it a day. And I told her, hey, I'm just gonna go to sleep if that's fine with you. And I just go to and I am about to approach my room. And then instead she says, actually no. How about you sleep with me and I can read you a bedtime story. And then at this point, I didn't want to interact with her because well, in all honesty, she was crazy. She made me eat carrots and watch a horror film. And I can guarantee you, after that, you made me watch a horror film. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like you as a babysitter anymore, just to let you know. But she reads me a bedtime story, and I thought, hey, maybe, just maybe, even though there was a bunch of red flags, maybe, just maybe, she can read me a great bedtime story like the Pigeon, whatever. I forgot what that book. It was this Pigeon and whatever. Maybe some Dr. Seuss, but no, she doesn't read me that. She reads me a level 100 novel yet again, and it's not even that interesting. It's not even making me go to sleep. However, I guess because it was so boring, I was able to sleep. And then the next day, I woke up, and it's obviously the weekend because it's almost summertime. And I see my parents on the couch watching TV, and then my dad sees me and says, "Oh, hello there. You woke up. Did you have a great time?" And with I guess I was kind of a little bit not pay- I wasn't thinking through. I was like, yeah, it was a great time." And well, I guess they thought that, this babysitter was a cool babysitter. And so they invited her back for another one in which I was able to get classic revenge on the next story. So I'll tell you this. If this video gets I'll give it you a challenge. If this video gets 6 likes, I'll tell you part 2 of this crazy babysitter. So yeah. Well, hello there, guys. It seems you guys have made it to the end of this video, and I want to say thank you so much for watching thank you so much for watching the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I pretty much spent like 2 hours making. That I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to wait quite a while before I can download this, which would probably take me another hour. But I already appreciate if you guys can press the like button on this video, and if you don't press the like on this video, then guess what? I'm gonna run out of stories and my channel is gonna die. And yeah, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh my gosh, I can't say video for some reason. But this video was very hard to make, and I just kind of really enjoyed making these types of videos. It's I'm just really happy to be in a type of position I'm in. I'm just really happy to make videos. This is something I really like and enjoy doing, and the amount of subs I basically get every week. I mean, it's not a lot, but every day I mean I may guess every day, but not every day because every week I should say I would gain subs. But I just want to thank you all. Thank you so much for watching this video and my channel. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great summer day and enjoy the rest of your summer. I'm out. Peace.